Elise Willems.
Mike Hewer.
This is, I feel like, the first time
I
we've
know.
ever done a Just Play together.
I'm so glad we get to,
Yeah.
and especially over a game like this.
Yes, Pip, just a charming little gem of a game. I previewed it like 2 months ago or so. It was only like
Yeah.
a 15-minute demo, though. It was just the first stage. What did you get to play?
So, I mean, we probably got to play something very similar. I have no idea, though. It's hard to tell if we played the same thing or not.
For me, it was a green forest area. This enchantress lady was destroying the world, and then this old knight character came to me and said, "You are the hero now, Pip."
So I feel like
forth.
you're at a disadvantage here because you played this so long ago. Because the full story, as I know it, is that there was a beautiful princess that was born with the ability to up-res the characters in the village, and there was an evil queen who was jealous of this, so she de-resed all the characters in the village to be 1 pixel.
So awesome.
But Pip was the namesake of the Adventures of Pip. He was already 1 pixel, so he didn't know any different. So then he ventures out to save the village and up-res them all.
So awesome.
So yeah, I was kind of like in a forest area too, and it's a platforming side scroller.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell us about it, because the biggest takeaway for me was being able to depixelate and up-pixelate.
Yeah.
And that would change the way you go through the environments. What was that like?
Oh, I loved it. The best way I described it to the devs at the event was it reminds me a lot of Paper Mario, in that like Paper Mario, like Thousand Year Door Paper Mario, where like you're switching between Boat Mario or Plane Mario or really thin Mario or Roll Mario. So you need to like adapt depending on whatever the situation requires of you, which is kind of like Adventures of Pip. You know, if you need to wall jump, you need to be 8-bit Pip because he's too heavy at 16 bits to wall jump. I thought that was so adorable. And like if you need to do this little explode mode, then you're 1 pixel.
Yeah.
Or if you need to get through a really tiny kind of narrow passageway, you're 1 pixel Pip.
Yeah.
And I love that you need to be able to manage the pixels you collect, so you are able to up-res and de-res. I loved it.
How much up-resing and de-resing was there? I mean, were you constantly shifting?
The level that they provided was very tutorial-esque. There were little like signs that stopped and gave you tips of what to do next. So it was kind of just pacing you and introducing it to you as you went. But that demo got I don't know if it was tough for you while you were playing it.
Yeah, some of the platforming gets pretty...
Yeah, it gets pretty intense. Yeah. And I thought I was just doing very badly. I had watched someone play before me, and I kept seeing him. He couldn't get past this one spot, and I thought, that's not going to be me. When I get to that spot, I'm gonna kill it. I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then I got...
learn from your mistakes, buddy.
And then I got there, and it took me like 5 times to do it.
Yeah.
And I said to the devs, I'm so bad, and they said, no, you don't understand. Like it's tough.
Well, it's kind of like Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Some parts of that are very intense. I remember the ice stage giving me a hell of a time slipping around.
Especially scenes where, it is a dynamic setting and the floor is dropping out beneath you, and you need to be able to adapt really, really quickly and make that quick decision of what if you're going to de-res or not.
Yeah.
It was tough at places.
Another comparison to Shovel Knight 2 was just the way the characters interact with each other. I remember when the guy comes and he's like, "You're gonna save us all, Pip."
Yeah.
It was just like such simple conversations that build this big world, and I appreciate that. Did you find any bosses?
No, actually, I didn't. I think they were trying to tailor the demo more to like a speed run.
Okay.
Because they were trying to get people to interact and play that way. So no bosses, but there were parts where it was dicey and you needed to get through it quickly.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the bosses would be like and how you would use your de-resing and up-resing to battle them.
Yeah, I saw a couple trailers that showed this giant frog that would shoot out a rock, and exactly that's a good question too. Is how the mechanic plays into the boss fights. Yeah. So are you looking forward to this? Did they say a release date? Did they say is it episodic? Do we get the whole package?
Right now it's on Steam Early Access, and I think they haven't confirmed a release date. As far as I know, I may be wrong, but you can grab it on Steam Early Access right now. and check it out. I think it's going to be a great platformer. I think there were a lot of platformers at PSX that really harken back to that classic like Super NES difficulty and style, and I really, really appreciated it.
It's like Shovel Knight. Did you play Shovel Knight?
Yeah, I played some of Shovel Knight. I wrote a song about Shovel Knight, as you know. Shovel Knight.
Oh, I do remember. What are some of your favorite platformers?
Metroid. Super Metroid.
Does this give you a Metroid vibe?
No, not at all. But but I still really liked it a lot.
Nice.
Man, I've cursed them. I've not compared it to Super Metroid.
This?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's like a nail in a coffin for any game. Does it compare to Super Metroid?
Unfair comparison.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am. I for me, so many games are about the environments and the art style and just the locations. Like I get made fun of because I don't like Fallout, but it's just a world that
Bleak.
I don't really want to be in because it's so depressing. Whereas Pip, I'm this magical warrior that's going to go save the land, and that's just a story that I want to be a part of.
For me, I love underdog stories, and it's a very adorable underdog
totally
story.
Is the underdog.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's the underpixel. Yeah.
Nice. Guitars are also coming at you. Live to play. Play to live.